Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to make a tier list for every single mastery title in Brawl Stars. Some of these might be a little bit outdated, but that's alright. We'll just deal with it. So our tiers are S tier, the very best. A tier, not the best, but still very good. B tier, they're okay. C tier, not great. D tier, what the heck are these things? Okay, so let's get started with SYS 64738. Only very few people know what this means, and because of that, I will tell you, and I'm going to put it in B tier. So what it means is SYS 48 is an old title on a. It's an old thing you could do on a computer to make the computer shut down. So basically, if you type in SYS 64738 on 8-bit, 8-bit's gonna turn off. So womp womp for 8-bit. Alright, so our next brawler is Amber with Firestarter. Honestly, I think this one's a little bit underwhelming. I think they could have done something really cool for Amber, but like something creative and like I could go with your name, but I just think this is another B tier, to be honest. I think it's kind of underwhelming. Alright, next we have Angelo, who is apparently very bloodthirsty. I think, again, this one's okay. I actually like this one a bit more than the other two. Just, he's a mosquito. I think it's funny. I think it can have multiple meanings. I think it's just a bit more versatile than these other two. So next we have Ash, who is our little trash tier, which means we're putting him in D tier. I'm kidding. Honestly, I think this is one of the funniest titles in Brawl Stars, and that's why I'm going to put it in S. If you disagree with me, womp womp, comments are turned off. Alright, so next we have Barley with You've Been Served. Barley is a pretty good brawler, and in my opinion, one of the funnest. And this is another really funny title. I think it's an A tier, above Angelo, but not quite at Ash's level. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so B is our resident queen, and personally, this title is boring. I actually really enjoy playing B, but yeah, the title's boring. Womp womp to B mains. And now we have Belle. So, again, few people know what this actually means. There was an actual Wild West outlaw named Belle Star, and that's what Belle's character is based off of. So, making her master title Star is fitting. I honestly think it's kind of okay, but like also boring. I think it's better than B's, though. Okay. He's just a unicorn, and this can... Honestly, this is one of the most boring titles. Can't fit with almost any name. It's just... I don't really understand what it's supposed to do with your name. Or just, like, in general. It's just honestly a boring title, so that's why it's going in D tier. So next we have BB, who's a cool cat. That's nice, BB. Honestly, I think this title is kind of boring. Sure, BB, you're a cool cat. That's nice. B tier. Oh wait, we have a pyramid. Alright. So, Bo, he is one with nature. I think this is a good title. It kind of just like goes with any name. I think it's pretty good. I think it's above Angelo, but not as good as Barley. So, Bonnie, you are pretty reckless. I think this could be funny if that is what your playstyle actually is. So again, I think it's above B. You can see I do not like this title, but just I think it can be funny, and I like how like a 3-year-old is reckless. So next we have Brock. Boom! At a basketball game when someone hits a 3, me and all my friends yell, boom! It's funny. Okay. So I like this title. It doesn't really go with any names, but it's funny. I think it's not actually at this level, but I don't think it's C tier. So next we have the Bulldozer. So yeah, I don't like this title. Again, I don't think it just doesn't really fit with any names. And just like it's kind of fun. Like we get it, you're a bulldozer. I just don't think it's that funny. I think the best titles are the ones that are funny or the ones that like have a clever meaning with your name. So it's a C tier below B. Okay. So it's a blockbuster. Okay, honestly, I didn't know what this meant till like a little bit ago. And it means like a movie that does really well if you didn't know that. I think it's okay. I think it's above these two, but not as good as these guys. I think like it's saying that you are a blockbuster. Cool. like that's nice. I think it's okay. Okay. Born Bad. Honestly, I hate this title, but people think it's cool. Like, wow, you're born bad. That's so awesome. Like, that's the opposite of what Buzz is. I just don't understand. Like, sure, his name is Born Bad Buzz in the Good Randoms. Also, I think the new Good Randoms animation is actually fire. Like this video if you agree. I just don't think it fits Buzz's personality. I don't think it's quite D tier, but I don't think it's better than Bull. I think it's C tier. I think it's C tier below Bull, but above Barry. Barry? His name's not Barry, it's Barry. I just don't think it fits his, like, he's supposed to be, like, a guy who keeps people safe, and, like, I just don't think it fits his style. It's a C tier. Alright, we have Byron, the Sensational. I think it's pretty good. I think, like, sure, you're sensational. I get it. That's nice, buddy. But like it just doesn't really fit with any names, it's just not that funny. I think it's B tier because it's nice that you're calling yourself sensational and that can work, but I don't think it's good as Amber or Buster or any of these guys. So Carl is the geologist. I have a new love for Carl because my dad mains Carl. He's you're a geologist, nice, but like, I think it is actually C tier, but it's the very top of C tier. So next is Charlie, the Amazing. Honestly, kind of boring to be honest, but it's okay. Like, it's a bit like it's a bit like Byron to be honest. Like, they're both like calling yourself awesome. I think it's a little bit worse than. I think actually it's worse than Brock. I think it's a little worse than Byron because like you're calling yourself amazing, which isn't as fun as sensational. Sensational is just a better word than amazing. Chester, the jack of all trades and master of none. So, again, what this means, if you didn't know, is someone who's like pretty good at most like trades or things. So, I think honestly this is a pretty good title. I think it barely scrapes its way into A tier, but I don't think it's way too much better than all the rest of the ones in B tier. I think it's an okay title. It's just I think I like it. Really the only reason it's an A tier is because of the thing of this guy I saw whose title was Jack of all trades and his name was Master of none. So the next brawler is Chuck the Maestro. I really like Chuck. It surprises me how many people just don't have him. Like, sure, he comes pretty late in the Star Road for most people, and you don't really get him from. It's pretty hard to get mythics from Star Drops. Except for me. Yeah, I got Chuck from Mr. Mythic Star Drop. So, I think this is honestly kind of boring. Like, the Maestro. It's okay. It's like really the only people who I think will actually like this title is people who are actual Maestros. I think it's better than these two, than these three, but not as good as these three. Clancy is shell shocked. Honestly, I've never seen a single person with this title. Like, I don't think I have. So, I honestly like the title though. It's like it's pretty funny. It's pretty fun. I think it's A tier above Chester, but not as good as Angelo. Colette the Collector, or you could say Colette the Collector. I'm so funny. Okay. I honestly like this title. I think it's good because I am a Brawl Stars collector. I think it can really fit a lot of people's playstyle. I like it. I think it's an A tier. Is it above or below Angelo? I don't know. I'm gonna put it below Angelo. And at the end of this video, I am gonna promote one of the guys in this tier list to go up one. Frickin' McAfee. Okay, so our next brawler and next title is Colt, the Pretty. I like this title. I honestly think it's kind of boring. I think I'm gonna put it in C tier. And now I'm gonna offend so many Colt mains with this. I think it's not as good as Byron's title, but I think it's better than Brock's title. Cordelius is toxic. Honestly, I think this title is a bit overrated. People put it in S all the time. They love it so much. I think it's a good title, but I'm only going to put it in A tier. But the very top of A tier. No, below Barley. I love that title too much. It's just, yeah, great. You're toxic. Also, I hate Cordelius mains way too much for me to put it higher than A. Alright, great. We'll move past that one. So, I don't think it's quite D tier, but it's C tier at the very most, honestly. We know what we have to do. Oh yeah. Oh, it's a beautiful day. No, it's not as good as Ash. I can't disrespect Ash like that. Doug and his beautiful title. Love it so much. Alright, Draco, he's the dungeon master. You all love him. I think it's barely 8. I think it's almost A tier. I think it's better than BB's, but not as good as 8-bits. By the way, I pulled Draco from a legendary star drop. It's still the most insane thing I've ever got in Brawl Stars, and he makes me very happy. Dinah, he has a birdie, and the title is kind of underwhelming. There's so many Dynamains. Also, Demolition's better than Dynajump. Yeah, I said it. I think, honestly, it's not a bad title, but it's also not good. I think I'm put it at the top of C tier, because I don't think it's as good as any of these, but I think it's better than all of these. So, there you go, Dinah. Edgar, you CEO of Brawl Stars. So many people love you, and I'm not one of them. Honestly, I don't like Edgar's playstyle. I think he's weird. I think the title is kind of overrated too. I'm not gonna put it in S tier. I'm not gonna put it in B tier. I'm gonna put it in A tier, below these two, but above Amber. So now we have Primo with his El Luchador. Honestly, I think it's kind of boring. We get it. You're a luchador, buddy. Good for you. But, they could have done something funny. Get wrecked or something. But I just don't think it's that good. I think it's C tier. Oh, okay. As a former M's main, I love this title to death. It's just so funny. Like, they could have done so many things, and I like this one. They picked a good one. I think it's A tier. I don't think it's as good as Doug's, though. Alright, so Eve the Mother. Underwhelming. We have another mom title coming up later. It's just too good. It's just too good for me to pass it up. I think it's above these four, but not quite as good as the rest of these. Fang the Sneaker Artist. It's okay. Honestly, I think it's the most mid title in Brawl Stars. That's why it's getting the most mid ranking in Brawl Stars. So, next we have Frank the Tank. I have many feelings about this one. Like, hooray, you made it rhyme, but also you could have given any tank the tank. So, I think it's the very bottom of B tier. There is way too many Frank mains, and I do not like any of them. And it's just kind of a boring title, I think. The biggest thing for me is it rhymes. The Janitor. Honestly, I think all the titles aren't that good. Like, this one it's okay. It's like, you're a janitor, that's nice. Again, I think it's better than Colt, but not as good as Byron's. Talk to the Hand. This one's funny. It's funny. I think it's better than Colette's, but not quite as good as... Actually, I think it's better than Colette's and Amber's, but it's not quite as good as Edgar. Now, this is the only the title that I actually like. I think this one's funny. I think it's funny, and I think if you make yourself shady, then that's funny. I think it's about here. Honestly, I really like this one. Alright, who wants to call themselves the Greedy? Please tell me. Like, please. I think it's actually not terrible. But I don't think it's as good as Primo's or Dinah's, but it's better than all the rest of these. Grom, I've seen so many cursed titles with this. It's like, I'm sure you have too. Though I think it's a pretty good title. I think it's above Fang and Colt, but not quite as good as the Janitor. So next we have Gus the Lost. Alright, so it's a pretty good title, I think, but also it's a the title, which is kind of boring. High C. Very high C. Oh, we have one of the most loved titles in the game. Say it with me. I'm proud ready. Yep. No. Yay. Yeah, it's the best. It's just the best. I love it too much. Do we have 2 S tiers in a row? I think Jackie's is the worst S tier of these, but it's still very good. I think that's just funny. Just like all of these are either funny, have a good like connection to the name, or both. Like, Hank, you make yourself prawn ready. You are probably trashed here at the game. It's just funny. At Haters, again, that's just funny. And Jackie, yeah, that's just funny, and I like it. The Rocket, I think, don't quote me on this, but I think they changed it to Rocket Girl, which I like more. So it's not the Rocket, it's Rocket Girl, and I'm putting it in A tier. No, I'm not. I'm putting it in B tier. It's like pretty high B tier though. Excuse me. So now we have Jessie. I never think of her as the builder. I think of her as the mechanic, or this is gonna sound weird, but the fixer. Just I don't think of her as the builder. I think it's about here. The kid's title. Oh, my kitty is here with me. Luna, do it with me. Oh, come on. Alright. Honestly, I think this one's kind of boring. Like, I think it's D tier, but it's above these two. Like, it's like Crow. Just don't make the sound of your, like, you're just an animal. Don't just make the sound of your animal. Like, and Barry, you're just calling yourself a unicorn. That's just boring. Larry and Lori, we know that you are the law. This is pretty good. I am the law. That can be pretty funny. Doesn't really go with much names, but it's just a good title. I don't think it's quite as good as Jane's, but it's better than Amber's. The Sneaky. Fun fact, it used to be called Sneaky Boy. I find that funny, just Sneaky Boy. I think this one's good. I think it's a pretty high B tier. I think it's almost as good as A tier, but not quite. Alright, Lily the Backstabber. I actually don't have Lily, but I really want Lily because she looks really fun. But the Backstabber, I think it's a pretty good title. I think it's about here. I think it's better than Clancy's, but not as good as the rest of these. Lola the Drama Queen. I think if any girls went and got this title, it'd be like the only title they ever equipped. They just love it so much. I think it's pretty funny. I think it's above these two again, but not as good as Lily's. Alright. I have two mains. Lou is one of them. He's the first brawler I ever got to 10,000 trophies. Or to 1,000 trophies, actually. But I just really like this title, too. And no, I'm not biased, thank you very much. I think it's the top A tier. I don't think it's quite S tier, sadly. Sorry, Lou. But I think it's A tier. Alright, Maisie, the Master of Disaster. I think this one's funny. People who don't get it, she's like a safety coordinator, and like when there's no safety, it's a disaster. So, yeah. I think this one's actually pretty high. I think it's better than Bo's. I really like that title. Tough Cookie. I like this one. I think it's actually the very top of B tier, but I don't think it's quite A tier. I just don't like it that much. Oh, Mandy and Chester are next to each other. Hey, guys. Oh, this is incorrect. It's not I am Speed. It's I am Speed. All caps, 3 exclamation points. Marks? Is it exclamation point or... Oh, no. It's question mark. Exclamation point. There we go. We figured it out, guys. Alright. So, Max, I think, goes at the pretty bottom of B tier, but I think it's funny. I think it's not as good as Colette, but it's better than Lily. Don't make voice lines into the Brawler's title. Some of them are funny, like Prawn Ready, or... Okay, some of them are funny, but this one's just not. I think it's not quite as bad as these two. I just don't like it. I just don't like it. Melody, I don't think this fits her. I think they should have done something like karaoke or singing related. Like, this one's just not very funny or good. It's just like fearless. How does that relate, like, at all? I'm putting it in C tier again. I think it's worse than Tech Support 2.0. Alright. Am I a joke to you? Miko, you are kind of a joke to me. I hate playing against you. Sorry, Miko mains. I like this one. It's funny. Oh yeah, I do understand how it's related to Miko, because he, like, acts like he's a famous movie star. And people are like, no, you're not. Am I a joke to you? I get it. That's funny. I think it's actually pretty high, eh? I like that. I don't think it's quite as good as Larry Laurie, but what was the joke about paper good? No, it was terrible. Terrible. That was pretty cheesy, wouldn't you say? Mo joke. Okay, no, that was a dad joke. Okay. I like this title. I think it's funny. It doesn't really relate to any names. I think it's almost as good as Mandy's, but no, I think it's worse than 8-Bits. Better than Leon's, though. Oh my god, why can't it just go? Oh, my other main. My little creature of the night. It is taking literally all of my willpower to not put this in S. It's just too iconic. And that's why I'm putting it in S. It's so good. It's so good. It's not as good as #haters, but it's better than Jackie's. To anyone who says no creature of the night's not in S tier, again, That's a womp womp for you. I'm the one making this tier list. Make your own. Oh, I'm the boss. I am the boss. Ah, that's funny. I think I got, like, it's okay. It's a pretty basic joke, to be honest. I like it. It's okay. It's not quite as good as this one. Or any of these. Okay. Yeah, this one's just boring. This one's just why? You could have done something funny like Lil Peep. It's just, you could have just done something so much better. Why is Nita's head so big? I don't understand. Nita the Untamed. Yeah, sure. That's funny. Like, Mangoes the Untamed. That's funny. Sure. I think it's above these guys, but not quite as good as Grom and his cursed titles. Otis the Artist. People love this title, especially artists of Brawl Stars. And I think it's good. I think if you're an actual Brawl Stars artist, you're going to love this title to death. I don't think it's as good as Max's, or Lily's, or Lola's. But I think it's better than these two. Oh, I don't know where I'm putting this title. Actually, wait. Oh, we all know this title's going in S tier because it's the most goated title. But the thing is, Pam's just not prawn ready. She's just not prawn ready. Alright. Why are all the good ones coming in a row? Let him cook. Let him cook. I said let him cook. Okay. That joke's over. So, I think it's actually above My Little Creature of the Night. Again, not as good as M's. Both the Mortuary are an S tier, and Frank is just alone. Alright. I think there's also multiple meanings. Like, sure, you're a salty barrel pirate, but also it can mean that you're salty. I think that can be funny. It has two meanings, and one of them I really like. I like that. I think it's actually better than these two. I really like that. No, it's not better than Larry Laurie. Yeah. Piper the Sniper. This one's just a lot like Frank. Basically, just insert all the same things I said for Frank, but for snipers. I do think it's better than Frank's, though. No, I think it's actually better than a few of these, just because the sniper feels better than the tank. That just feels cooler. El Mariachi. I like this title, but it's like, it's not that good. I think it's actually a lot like Primo. I'm gonna put him with his Mexican friend. That sounded honestly kind of racist. Sorry. Okay, Rico the Lover. Only real ones know what this is. One of my friends just got his first master title, and it was the Lover. I think this title's actually pretty good for those who know. I think it's good. Okay, yeah. This title is very good. It's above Jackie, but not as good as My Little Creature of the Night. No, it's as good as Creature of the Night. No, it's as good as that. No, it's as good as that. I love it. I saw this in a video. We all love it when Supercell makes, like, meta jokes. Like, touching grass or something about pushing. It's funny. Alright. RT is stalking you. That's why he's called the Watcher. I don't think this has the meaning they meant it to have. I think it's pretty good, but I don't think it's as good as some of the rest of these. Yeah, I actually don't know. I don't know if I like it or not. I think I'm just going to put it at the top of C. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I don't know what to do with this one. I don't think it's as good as Star, but I think it's better than those guys. Yeah, because Star just has, like, lore. Alright, Colonel Ruffs. Fun fact, when Ruffs was released, he was actually called Colonel Ruffs, not just Ruffs. So, that's funny. I think this title's very okay. Like, it's not great, but also it's not bad. I think it's close to the top of C. I think it's better than Griff, but not as good as Poco. In your face! Okay. I don't know what to do with this one. I think this one is hilarious. There's been some really funny ones I've seen with this. Like, I saw someone whose name was "I pooped in your face." In your face. It was funny. I think it's not quite as good as these two, but it's better than Cordelius and like Maisie. But it's an okay one. All right. Anyone who made Sandy thinks he's relatable. I know you think that. Honestly, I think he's relatable, even though I don't main him. I think this one's funny. I think it's funny. I don't like almost any of the sleepies, except for I really like Gray's. I think it's like the very bottom of A. Yeah, I think that's about right. Shelly's No Time to Explain. About half the Brawl Stars fan base know what this one is supposed to be. So I'll tell you the context of it. In the first ever Brawl Stars innovation, Colt's like, I hope it's the first ever and I'm just not being an idiot. It's like, Colt's like walking around like, whoa, what is this place? And Spike like throws something at him, and Shelly just like tackles him to get him out of the way. And he's like, what the? Shelly says, no time to explain. So, that's where it comes from. I think this one's funny. I like it. I think it's about here. Spike is one of a kind. I think this one's funny when it's your title. I think it's about here. No, I think it's actually pretty low A. I don't think it's that funny, but I think it's better than Sandy. But not quite as good as Chester. Tree Hugger. Alright, I think most people know what this means, right? You can basically just tell by what the name is. I think it's funny. I think it's very top of B. No, yeah, it's very top of B. It's good, but it's not quite good enough to be A. Okay, so let's see here. Yep, that is a total top 3. I love that title way too much for it to be lower than that. This is a very hot take. This title is trash. Yeah, cool, his name in the good randoms is like Wicked Stew. That's nice. That does not, like, relate to him at all. It's a D tier title. Tell me otherwise. I don't really care. Alright, time for Surge. Also, I find it funny that this that the picture for Stu is the only one that doesn't just have its default like picture. This one, Stu's going, aw, dang it, and everyone else is just like blank slate. Bro. So you'll probably be saying that to me after I put this title where I'm putting it. I think this title's funny. I don't think it's quite as... No, I think it's not as good as those two. Actually, I think I'm moving Shelly's up a little. But... No, I don't think it's actually as good as a lot of these. But I think it's better than the rest of these. Hey, what's in the cards? Says Tara. I think this title's good. I think it's good. I think it's like... That's a fun title. It's pretty low A tier, but it's A tier. It's not like super good, but that's funny. I get it. This title, it's very good. I don't think it's as good as those four though. I think it's a very high A tier. All right, our last one, Willow is in your head. Again, this tier list might be a bit outdated. I really tried to find one that was correctly dated, but just it was really annoying to find one. But plus, I just like these pictures. So finally, Willow. I think this title is very good. I think it's out here, but better than Gray, but not quite as good as the rest of these. So that's our tier list. We got our S, A, B, C, and D. Our biggest tier is our A tier. Honestly, I think I was pretty nice about most of these. But some of these I just hate. Like, some of these just don't, like, they're not funny. They don't really make sense. It's just like, oh yeah. So, our final thing. We have to move one of these up a tier. So, alright. You guys know what I'm gonna do? I am moving Lou up a tier and stopping the video before you can stop me. Bye!